Hi, Catherine McNulty here with Grief Inspired, and I wanted to just create a quick another video for you because I've been spending the weekend really contemplating everything that's been happening, everything that happened in my life, and really like I'm further out from my grief, right? I lost my son in 2011, and I've spent a lot of time since then working through it, but sometimes I'm a little further out, and the truth is I do forget the intensity of the pain, and I think it's because I want to move on and I want to move forward and I want to say, hey, I'm through this and I've got this. But we've taken the weekend and I've been sharing with some girlfriends and telling my story and sharing how much I want to be able to help all of you and how important that is to me and how it honors my boy. But I look back at some of the pain, and I'll tell you what, sometimes just getting out of the house was a feat. And I didn't want to leave, and I wanted to just stay inside and wait for it all to be over and hope that it would be over. But for me, I had to go back to work, and I went back to work um, the week after my son's funeral because I didn't know what else to do. I was so lost, and I was just sitting at home, and I felt like I had no purpose. Everything that was important to me no longer really seemed to matter. I didn't care about my house. I wasn't cleaning it. I didn't care about my job. Whatever. It was like I'll do what I have to do, but my heart wasn't in any of it, of course. And I remember forcing myself out of the house and going to work. And when I would go to work, I would be worried that people would know. I would be worried that people wouldn't know, that people would ask questions or say something or start to cry themselves. And then, there's this fear that, like, if they say something that's too nice to you, that you'll just break down and crumble, that you will just not be able to handle the pain and the tears and it's such an uncontrollable feeling. For me, I wanted to control everything, which is why I wanted to stay home. And because that I could control, I could only control like at least my environment. If I didn't see other people, then I just had to worry about myself. I didn't have to worry about anybody else, and it took too much energy to worry about anybody else or anybody else's feelings or what they were going through because they felt bad. There was this time when my friends were like, oh, you don't understand. I had another friend who was pregnant while I was going through my loss, and they're like, oh, you don't understand how hard it was for her being pregnant to go to your son's funeral. And I was like, what? Like, I couldn't even process that. Like, why should I be worrying about her stupid feelings? I was the one who didn't have a baby. She still had a baby. She was still pregnant. I wanted to be pregnant. I wanted my baby to be okay. And you're telling me to worry about her feelings? Oh, shit. There was so much anger there. And I was just like, and it forced me just to I just wanted to go back inside and just be like, you guys don't get it. You have no idea. Like, just stop talking. And and people mean well, and people want to say things that they think are helpful, and they just don't know, and sometimes they don't get it. And that makes the grief process even harder for all of us. So I think my advice there is try to find somebody who does get it, a coach, a therapist, a friend who's experienced a similar type of loss to yours, and try to spend time with those people so that you can actually share what is on your mind with people who get it, with people who aren't going to judge you and tell you, well, you need to snap out of this, or you need to be nicer to that person, or you didn't do that. You need to get back up. You need to remember who you are. You need to stand. I was in such a place where that was bullshit. I didn't want any of that. I just wanted you to leave me the hell alone. because I was in no place to even listen to anything, to hear anything that anybody had to say, and they didn't get it. So it's like, stop trying to give me advice because you have no idea. Um, I was angry for a really long time, and I don't talk enough, I think, about my anger because sometimes it's embarrassing because I was, when I'm in my support groups, I try to share the level of anger that I had because it was intense, and I share it because I want the people that I'm sitting with to know that, like, the anger is so real and it's so okay. And you make yourself wrong, right? You have these feelings, you can't control these feelings, and then you make yourselves wrong for the feelings, and it's like, it's completely screwed up. And so anyways, I just wanted to let you know that I got you. And however you're feeling today, feel what you feel, do what you need to do. You can apologize to people later. Try to stay away from the people who aren't helping. Try to find people who are. Um, and as always, remember that you will get through this, that this isn't going to last forever, that you're learning, that you're growing, that things are going to be okay. It just takes time and it takes effort, and you're on the path. And the fact that you're even watching this video tells me that you want something more and you want to get through this. And honestly, that's all it takes, is if you want to get through it and you want to figure it out, you will. It's been a long time. It's been close to 10 years. And I honestly can say I am grief inspired. But it took me 10 years, and it took me 2 years of being really, really stuck before I was even able to look at anything else, before I was even able to think about my healing. And so no matter where you are, I just want you to know you're okay. And if I can help in any way, I want you to reach out and let me know how I can help. Take care of you today. And my name's Catherine, and as I always say, every time I care, you're going to be okay, and I want you to know what it means to be grief inspired too. Someday, you'll get there.